Hey guys, happy Monday. I hope everyone had a nice weekend and enjoyed the nice weather. I know I did. It was super nice being outside kind of both days. Trying to think yesterday, I've been teaching Mrs. Smith and Savannah how to play tennis. So we've been playing a lot of tennis this weekend and going for walks and mowing the lawn and just trying to be outside as much as possible. So let me know in today's check-in what you guys did this weekend. So we can kind of pretend it's like a Monday we're at school. Okay. We're going to read the rest of our chapter for Good Dog, and then I'll go over today's assignments for you guys. Okay. So we ended Darkly howled, "Get him!" Brody started in the lead, but Tuck was beside him in no time and ran past him, his legs stretching and feet flying. Man, that dog could run. The houses blurred as they ran. The houses gave way to vacant lots and dark warehouses and empty parking lots. They were out of the area where people lived. There were shadows here and broken windows and piles of snow-draped garbage. Aiden, Brody thought frantically. They were getting farther and farther away from him. If they went too far, he might not be able to find him again. A word flashed in his mind. Lost. It was a bad word. It was something he didn't want to be. His feet slowed, doubt slowing his strides. But then he heard running paws too close behind him, felt a mouth snap at his tail and barely miss. He remembered the feeling of Darkly's teeth tearing into his soul. And then he ran hard. Harder than he ever had before, hard enough to leave, for a while, his doubt behind. He looked back. Their pursuers were still there, charging after them, determined. But Tuck and Brody were faster. Tuck especially. They'd given themselves a big lead, almost half a block. But the dark-eyed dogs weren't giving up. A brick building flashed beside them, full of boarded-up windows. A corner was just ahead. "Turn here," Brody shouted. "Go around the corner." He didn't want to go any further from Aiden than he had to. Tuck reached the corner and took it tight, almost slipping but keeping his feet under him, and rocketing off like lightning in a new direction. Brody did his best to follow. He wasn't as graceful as Tuck, maybe, or as quick, but he made it. Once he got up to top speed, he looked back, checking to see if the dogs had made it around the corner yet. But he couldn't see them. Had they stopped chasing? He almost started to slow down. "We just need to lose these dogs," he thought, his legs churning, "and then we can—" Wham! Something slammed into his hind legs from the side, knocking him off his feet. He tumbled and rolled, and then skidded to a halt. It didn't hurt. Not having an actual body can be a good thing sometimes. Just in time, he saw the dog coming at him. It was Thump, the little spotted one. Somehow he'd caught up to him. He was coming at Brody again, his teeth bared in an ugly snarl. Just as Brody jumped to his feet to fight him off, the other three appeared. They came charging right out of the wall of the building next to him, their soulless eyes and flashing teeth and running legs flying right through the bricks like they weren't even there. Brody didn't have any time to process what he'd just seen. The two smaller ones slowed as they saw him, spreading out to cut off his escape, but Darkly didn't miss a step. He thundered right at Brody, hungry mouth open, wide for a bite. When he was a few paces away, he leapt with all four paws, flying like a nightmare at Brody's throat. There was no time to run, nowhere to hide, no way to stop him. Brody flinched, bracing for the impact. It never came. Instead, out of the corner of his eye, he saw a black blur rocket out of nowhere, shooting right past him. The blur collided with Darkly's ribs in midair, deflecting the big dog and sending him rolling into two of his cronies. The blur, of course, was Tuck. Tuck had come back for him. Because Tuck, he was the kind of dog who will always come back to his friends, no matter how black-eyed the beast that chases them. He shot out of the night like a cannonball and saved Brody from Darkly's soul-snatching teeth. Jeez. Well, for a second anyway. Tuck barely slowed down. He stumbled sideways for a few steps, recovering from his collision with Darkly, but he never stopped moving. He spun around and surged away again in the direction they'd been running. "Come on, Brody," he shouted. Brody got moving. He heard the wild jaws snapping at him as he got up to speed, but none got him, and soon he was trailing right behind Tuck's sprinting legs. As he ran, he thought desperately about the way they'd caught up to him, how he'd seen them materialize right out of the brick wall. "No more turning," he called out when he was close enough for Tuck to hear him. "Keep going straight." They ran past one corner and then another. He was losing track of where they were, of which direction Aiden's house was. They approached another corner, but this one was different. The road they were running on didn't keep going. It met another road, but then stopped in a T intersection, giving them only two options, left or right. but Brody knew that turning only gave the dogs another chance to catch up to them. Which way? Tuck asked as they got closer. Brody ran a few more steps, thinking, and then squinted it straight ahead. The street they were on did end, the way blocked by a large lightless brick building. But looking closer, he saw a passageway between them, a dark little break between the bricks. Alley, his mind told him, and he knew that was their best bet. Keep going straight. Got it, Tuck replied. The asphalt in the alley was grease-stained and strewn with litter. The snow across the edges was filthy gray slush. The walls were close. But running straight, Brody knew they'd get away eventually. That is, until they hit a dead end. Without warning, the alley widened into a big square lot. There was a truck parked on one side and a couple of fragrant dumpsters on the other. But all around the space were walls. 4 solid brick walls. They had doors, but they were all closed. Tuck and Brody ran to the end of the lot, but stopped short. The only way out was the way they'd come, and that way was blocked by the 4 running dogs who were getting closer with them each second. When Darkly and his thugs saw them there, stopped and surrounded by walls, they slowed down to a sure, victorious walk. Darkly licked at his teeth. Brody's own soul light still circled around him, reflecting off the shiny all-blackness of his gloating eyes. Brody and Tuck were trapped. Chapter 6. All right, so today there's a new, first of all, there's a new Exact Path challenge. So again, the people that did their 60 minutes last week for language arts were Anna, Natalia, Nayana, Orion, and Olivia in Mrs. Reynolds' class, and then in my homeroom, Christine, Jaden, and Peyton. So good job to the 8 of you, it looks like. Let's see if we can get some more people up there. Today's assignment is you're going to do your Exact Path. You're going to read for 20-25 minutes, so do your check-in, and then you are going to, let me pull up the plan again, just to make sure I don't speak incorrectly. You are going to, there's going to be a plan sheet attached in Google Classroom that you're going to use to plan your opinion writing. Okay, this is the same opinion writing that you guys did last week that you wrote an introduction. If you did not write an introduction yet, you need to make sure that you are writing that so that way you're caught up for this, because this week you're writing a whole opinion essay. Okay, all I want you to do today and tomorrow, so you can split it up. If you want to do half of it today and half of it tomorrow, that's fine. But you're just going to fill out that plan sheet. It's like a TDA plan sheet, but it's just for our opinion. So you'll have your introduction. You don't need to write anything on the plan sheet for introduction since you already did that. But on your plan sheet, you're going to write your first reason, and then you're going to look up the sources that you're supposed to look through Friday. If you didn't do that, you can look through, just find a source. You're going to look at some reasons why your first reason, some reasons for your second reason, some reasons for your third reason. So kind of proving, just like that TDA, finding things, some articles that help prove that. Okay, so all you're doing is planning today and tomorrow. So what I would do is I would plan maybe your first and second body paragraphs on Monday, and then maybe your third body paragraph and your conclusion on Tuesdays. That way, that's how you can break it up. So not too bad. All right. Let me know if you guys have any questions, and I will talk to you all later. Have a great day. Bye, guys.